Hi viewers, and welcome to this week's preview of the Doomben Cup at Doomben Racecourse. Just the one Group 1 coming from Queensland. Great support card. So to help me try and find a winner or two, I've got Rick Chapman waiting on the other line. Rick, welcome mate, how are you?
I'm very good, and I'm glad you mentioned the support card because it is very strong, and I think there's at least 3, possibly 4 absolute standout winners. Can't wait for this meeting to arrive.
Yeah, there's one in particular that I'm keen to see, Rick, and that's Astronomos. So I'm just a big fan of that horse. So we'll get into that one soon. But firstly, let's get on to the Group 1, the Doomben Cup, 2,000 metres. Which stayer is going to reign supreme here, Rick?
I think this is one of the easier Group 1s of the year. I think the Kiwi horse, Volk, Stock and Barrel, wins and wins comfortably. I thought his run first up in the Hollandale was good for a horse that was probably 10 kilos overweight, fat, and with a winter coat. To get to the line like he did was tremendous, and he's had now 2 or 3 weeks up there climatising in the sunshine in Queensland. He's tightened up, he's trimmed up, he's worked magnificently during the week, and he's, again, like Blackheart Barton in Adelaide, he's just too good for these horses, I believe, and class will prevail. I think he wins and wins comfortably. From Godolphin's horse Horaki, who is just an ultimate bridesmaid, always seems to bob up and look the winner of a Group 1 race somewhere on the line, but he'll run second again. So they're my two for the big race. If we're tossing in a third horse for the trifecta players, I know that Noble Protector's working well, and hard to say what our Ivanhoe is going to do. If he produces his A game, he's going to be right in this, mixing it with them. But even if he does produce his A game, I just think Volk, Stock and Barrel's a good thing.
Yeah, our Ivanhoe just third in the Caulfield Cup, Rick, hasn't won in Australia. So you've got to take that into consideration. And until he shows something, I'm not backing him again. I've been bitten by him too many times. So interesting, Rick, though. You've gone with Volk, Stock and Barrel, Horaki, both come out of the Hollandale. The winner of the Hollandale, Lee Baz, the bookies have dismissed him again. You've dismissed him. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts why, when he won so impressively last time, he doesn't go on top.
Well, I've totally dismissed him, simply because I don't think he's as good as the others. I don't think the Hollandale was their grand final, whereas I believe it was Lee Baz's, and he was the recipient of a magnificent Michael Carl ride. There's a world of difference, I believe, when horses are being set for a specific race and they contest lead-up races. And to my way of thinking, Horaki had come off a tough Sydney campaign, and he needed the Queensland race to get him right. He loomed up to win the race and just ran out of gas, whereas Volk, Stock and Barrel looked like a bison. He was so fat that he couldn't have possibly won, but different story this time around. I backed Massini to win the Wagga Cup, and I put him and Lee Baz in the same sort of Group 3 type classification. I just don't think they're ever up to Group 1 class when the blowtorch of scrutiny is on them over the last 200 metres. That's why I just think this is the grand final for these other two rather than the Hollandale was his grand final.
Sure, and I agree. They don't strike you as genuine Group 1 horses, but they are talented on their day. And I do disagree that I think this is his grand final. He's contested this race the last 2 years in a row. He finished second to Streamer 2 years back. Last year he ran really poorly in it, and I think that was because he had a weak backup going into the Hollandale, and then he was just flat and then turned out for a spell when he contested the Doomben Cup. This time around, though, he had a month break before the Hollandale. And that tells me that the Hollandale was his, after a month break, that was his warm-up run, just to get him right to his peak for the Doomben Cup. So I love the way he's been prepared for this year's Doomben Cup, and I'm going to stick with him. And although he looked like he was given a great ride, and he was last time, he over-raced when Strawberry Boy, went and took the lead, and you can see him, he just wanted to go quicker. There's not as much pace this week. I think he's a better horse if he can get his own way in front, which he should this week.
No.
And, I think at 12, 13 to 1, I'm going to stick with him and hope he can give a big kick again.
You think there's not enough pace? I think he's got a mountain of pace. And if he
Who will go forward other than Libaz?
well, Massini will lead them. Massini will
Stablemate. Surely they're not going to take each other on.
Massini will set the pace, and I don't think Libaz will take him on. And if he does, well, they'll both run second last and last if they both go hard early. But Massini was a good run, and he'll struggle to get 2,000 at Group 1 level. But in terms of leading early, I think he'll lead comfortably.
Yeah, well, you could be right. They are the two pace runners, but like I said, being stable mates, you just got to anticipate they're not going to cut at each other, surely. If they do, like you said, they'll end up, finishing closer to the rear of the field. But those two can get a nice run out in front. I think Libaz is the one. So, I'm going to stick with him. Like I said, I think it was a good run last time, and I think this is the one he's been set for. But Volk, Stock and Barrel, he really charged home last time. He looked just to hit a flat spot, maybe around the 150-metre mark, and just peaked on his run. So he looks like one to take a bit of improvement out of that and finish this race off. We know he gets 2,000, so they're definitely the leading chances. I'm just going to hope my value picks right in there.
Well, I secured $6 the other day about Volk, Stock and Barrel, and I thought that was a generous price. So that'll do me. I think he headlines what is a great day of racing in Queensland. I cannot possibly see Art Lee getting beaten. I think he might be the best bet of the year, just grades above them. And he is a horse that strikes bad luck, though, and your man Michael Carl's on him, and I know he fell off him last start, but after the line. But to me, he wins and wins comfortably. I'm looking forward to Art Lee's race. He bounces back into Stradbroke contention. What else? We got Perignon, who trialled magnificently the other day. She should be ready to run a great race. The 2-year-old race will be an interesting one. I'm prepared to think Sundance, who like Volk, Stock and Barrel was a bit overweight last start, can tighten up and be hard to beat in that race. But there's just winners all day. There was another one I like too. Counterattack in the last race. I think you'll get out to a bit of a price because of the bad barrier he's in and the quality of horse he's up against. Takedown's good, Ragis is good, Rangipo is supposed to be outstanding, the New Zealand horse, and Soul for Song was magnificent last start. But again, class. I think Counterattack's a Group 1 horse, and he should finish at the top of them. But looking forward to the day. In fact, I might do something I don't do too often. The last 4 races, I think, are the 4 best bets of the day in Queensland, so I might take a standout quaddie.
Well, people will be looking forward to the quaddies on the weekend. We jagged the Morpheville quaddie last week, Rick. No luck in Doomben, but hopefully this week we can get both of them. Yeah,
well, there's every chance if they run according to the way they should, then we will. Actually, I didn't give a tip for the fillies race. It's a beauty. It's almost an Oaks field. It's almost an Oaks field. It's an outstanding field. Ambience is good. Imposing Lass has won the last 3. Alaskan Rose will improve a great deal. Dawny Perfect, I was on it at 33-1 last start, so I'm going to have to be on it again. Chandana's got Hugh Bowman, which gives it a 2-length head start. And down the bottom, Lyricist is going well. So I'll probably be on Dawny Perfect, but good race.
Yeah, I like Imposing Lass there. Should nearly be unbeaten from 5 starts, so looks a bit of a talent, that one.
Yeah, just worried about it drawing deep, trying to get across early. But anyway, time will tell. But wonderful meeting. Can't wait to have a punt.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said before, my biggest one for the day, I think, will be Astronomos. He's drawn the inside, won't have to do anything. He'll just drop out, and Collett can bring him around at the right time. And second up over 2,000, he's unbeaten second up. So I just got a lot of time with this horse. Just when he gets to the outside and really starts to hit top gear, it's exciting to watch.
Yeah, you've been dealt an advantageous hand with the scratching of Hipparchus. He's pretty good, and he's come out, so that opens it right up for Astronomos to really stride.
Yeah, I think so. All right, well, that's Doomben covered for this week, Rick. Good luck on Saturday, mate. I hope you're back a few winners, and good luck to the punters. Good luck, guys. I hope you back plenty of winners and fill your pockets.
Yeah, that's always the way it should be. And then we go and watch the football later on that night. Great weekend.
Sounds good. Enjoy, everyone, and we'll see you back here next week.
Yes. All the best. Ta-da.